Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got a three-game series. First game, opening day for the Houston Astros and San Francisco Giants. The Giants travel to Houston to take on the Astros. Leading off for San Francisco, doing the catching is Dietz. Batting second, playing second is Kent. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Batting third, playing left field is Barry Bonds. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mays. Batting fifth, playing first base is McCovey. Batting sixth, playing right field is Bobby Bonds. Batting seventh, playing third base is Sandoval. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Crawford. And on the mound, doing the pitching is Jason David Smith. And your hometown Houston Oilers, you got leading off playing center field Cedeno. Batting second, playing short is Thon. Batting third, playing second base is Altuve. Batting fourth, playing first base is Bagwell. Batting fifth, playing left field is Berkman. Batting sixth, playing right field is Tucker. Batting seventh, playing third base is Astamonte. Doing the catching is Castro, and on the mound is Mike Scott. And let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And we got Diaz leading off here for the Giants. And in 1970, he batted 300, 22 homers, 107 RBIs. And Mike Scott's on the mound for Houston. And in 1986, he was 18-10 with a 2.22 ERA. Here's the pitch. And we're underway, and that's going to be against a righty, 21. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Tucker's got it for out number one. One up and one down here in the first. And Jeff Kent's up now. And in 2000, Kent batted 334, 33 homers, 125 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. This ball is high. This ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Kent goes yard and gives the Giants a 1-0 lead. And that brings up Barry Bonds. And Barry in 2001 batted 328, 73 homers, 137 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be a pop up down the second for out number two. So Mike bounces back from the homer. And now there's 2 outs. And Mays is up. And in 1965, Mays batted 317, 52 homers, and 112 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be a fly ball out the center for out number 3. But Jeff Kent hits the homer. San Francisco 1. Houston coming to the plate with Cedeno, Thon, and Altuve. Cesar batted 320, 22 homers, and 82 RBIs in 1972. And Jason SCHMIDT in 2003 was 17-5 with a 2.34 ERA. And here's the pitch to Cedeno. And that's going to be 18. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mays makes the catch for out number 1. Why did I give him a strikeout for? It's supposed to be a fly ball. Redo this here. Fly ball to the center, not a strikeout. One up and one down here in the bottom of the first. And Dickie Thon's up now. And in 1983, Thon batted 286, 20 homers, and 79 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Crawford's up with it. Fires over to first for out number 1. Out number 2, rather. And Jose's up now. Altuve And 2017 batted 346, 24 homers, and 81 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the Astros go down in order. We go to the top of the second. It's 1-0 San Fran. We got McCovey, Bobby, Bonds, and excuse me, do up here. Sure, McCovey in 1969 batted 320. He had 45 homers, 126 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center for out number 1. Cesar makes the catch. There's a Bobby Bonds now. And in 1973, Bobby batted 283, 39 homers, 86 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the thorn. It's short for out number 2. And Sandoval's up now. And the Panda batted 330 with 25 homers and 90 RBIs in 2009. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Scott strikes him out. Giants go down in order. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Bagwell, Berkman, and Tucker due up. And in 1994, Jeff batted 367, 39 homers, 116 RBI. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? 24. And that ball is out of here. Jeff Bagwell just ties this ball game up. Or knocks a homer over Bobby Bonds' head out there in left field. That's 1 apiece. And that brings up Lance Berkman. And in 2001, Berkman was batting 331, 34 homers, 126 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. SCHMIDT not off to a good start here in the second, a homer and a walk. And that brings up Tucker now with a man down at first and nobody out. And Tucker batted 294, 30 homers, 92 RBIs in 2021. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that's going to be a first on air, runner to third. That's going to be an E9 out there on Mr. Bonds. Bobby makes the error. Runner on first will get down to third. So we got first and third, still nobody out here in this. And he didn't get down to third. Let's try this again. Got an E9. And runner on first should get down to third, first and third. So now we got first and third. Bob Aspamonte batted 294, 6 homers and 58 RBIs in 1967. SCHMIDT looking for a double play ball here. They'll give up an out and try to keep this a 2-run inning here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be against a 20 on a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. This time, Bobby makes the catch. Let's see here. 59. Even Berkman probably will score on this one, but nobody out. We'll see here if he's going to tag or not. 59. 31. He's going to tag up here, and it'll be a 61 or lower. He's safe at the plate. And he's in there, so a sacrifice fly gets the job done. And it is now 2-1 with a runner on first and 1 out. And up to the plate now is Jason Castro. And Castro in 2013 batted 276, 18 homers, and 56 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down the second, down to Kent. And that's going to be that's going to be a double play ball, I believe, here. 22 and an 8. And yep, that's going to be a double play ball. Kent over to Crawford. Back over to first. And they get Jason Castro by eyelash. That'll win the inning, but not until the Astros score two, take a 2-1 lead into the third. Got the San Francisco Giants upcoming schedule. We got 2 more games here in Houston. Then they stay on the road and go to Arizona. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Giants. Crawford, SCHMIDT, and then it turns over the top of the order. And Crawford in 2021 batted .298 with 24 homers and 90 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Brandon trots on down the first and brings up SCHMIDT. And in 2003, he batted .66 and no homers and no RBIs. He's going to try to bunt Crawford down the second. And that gets the job done. That's going to be bunted down the first base line. Bagwell's only play is going to be over to first with Altuve covering. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 1 out. We're back to the top of the order. And Dietz. And Dick flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now you got first and second and only 1 out. And that brings up Kent, who hit a homer his first time up. See if Jeff can deliver again here and get an RBI. And that ball is hit far. That ball is blasted, folks. How far is this one going to go? And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. Tucker gets over there. And that Brown out high and some man's turning for third. And he's going to be in there with a 2 RBI triple. Just like that. The Giants take a lead here. It's 3-1. And a runner down at third. And only 1 out. And do we walk Mr. Bonds is the question. We'll set up the double play. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk Barry. Set up the double play. And that'll bring up Mays here. So now you got first and third with 1 out. Mays flew out to center his first time up as Ken Castro joins us here. And that's going to be a infield. What's the infield for him? 2, 11, 19, 23, 27, 35. 35. I think that's barely fielding column 1. Yep, 35 is fielding column 1. So that's going to be a wild pitch. The runner's going to score. Runner on first is out trying for third. So a wild pitch. And the runner on first is going to be out trying for third. See if this works here. So now it's a 4-1 ball game, 2 outs and nobody on, and Mays is still at the plate here. So old Barry tried to get greedy and tried to take 2 bases. And how's it going? Heyday. Mays is 0 for 1. He flew out to center. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him, and that's a swing and a miss. Scott strikes him out, but not until 3 runs come across the board, and it's 4-2 San Francisco. You got Scott due up here in the bottom of the third, and we're back to the top of the order after that. Scott in 1986 batted a .126 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. SCHMIDT strikes him out for out number 1. And CC's up now. And Cedeno flew out the center his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball this time out to Bonds in left field for out number 2. And we got Dickie Thawne up now. And Thawne grounded out to short to his counterpart the first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McCovey. He calls off SCHMIDT, takes it himself. And that's a 1-2-3 third. To the top of the fourth we go. You got McCovey, Bobby Bonds, and Sandoval due up. And Willie flew out to center his first time up. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Yeah, both darn good hitting teams, that's for sure. And that's going to be a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. You got that right, Ken. Yeah, these bat sets, you never know. And Bobby, he grounded out to short his first time up back in the second. And that's going to be a 16. That's going to be an infield hit for Bobby. He's aboard here with 1 out. And old Panda comes up. Sandoval is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Do we want Bobby trying to steal here? I think we're going to have him steal. And they're up by 2. Can he steal that? Yeah, we're going to have Bobby's trying to steal here. That would make him a 28. 54 or lower. He's safe at second, and he's in there easily. So Bobby steals second. Runner down at second now with 1 out. And see if Panda can drive him in here. And here's the pitch to Sandoval. And that's going to be against a righty, a 20. And that's going to be a base hit. And field hit. The runner will get down to third. So now we got first and third and 1 out in San Francisco. Looking to bust this game wide open here, folks. That'll bring up Crawford. And the question is, do they intentionally walk Crawford to pitch to SCHMIDT? Try to get out of this inning with nobody scoring here. Crawford walked and came around to score his first time. That's what they're going to do. I'll get a force out at every base. Bring SCHMIDT up here with the bases juiced. See if Mike can get out of this with nobody scoring here. So SCHMIDT had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Now there's 2 outs. And Dietz is up. And he is 0 for 1. He flew out in the first and walked and came around to score in the third. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. So Scott gets out of the mess with nobody scoring. 1 out, bases juiced, and nobody comes across. Nice job of pitching by Mike Scott. Keep this a 4-2 ball game. We got Altuve, Bagwell, and Berkman due up here. Jose is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time in the first inning. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the tying run now comes to the plate. And Jeff Bagwell. And Jeff's already homered in this game back in the second. And here's the pitch to Bagwell. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. No, it's not. Sorry, that's going to be a hit by pitch. SCHMIDT hits him. And the Astros aren't very happy with that. Bagwell trots him down first. I don't believe it was intentional not to put the go-ahead run at the plate here. First and second, nobody out. And Lance Berkman's up. He walked in the second. Berkman with the pitch. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Can Lance do something with it, folks? And that's going to be against a 17. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And that's going to fill the bases. Everybody stops with nobody out. Bases loaded here for Houston. Let's see if the Giants can get out of this mess like the Astros did in the top of the inning. Bases loaded, nobody out's the difference though. Top of the inning was bases loaded and 1 out. You got Kyle Tucker up. He reached on an error back in the second. Here's the pitch to Tucker. And that's going to be another infield check here. Let's see what their infield is. 8, 11, 15, 24, 25, 32. That's only going to be fielding column 2. Double play, runner out at home. Runner doubled off third. Batter safe at first. Other the second. So that's going to be the old 1, 2, 5 double play. Nice job by the Giants. So Tucker hits into the double play. And here comes Bob now with first and second and 2 outs. Bases loaded. Hasn't been a very good situation for the team at the plate. And Bob has a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 56 and a 3. He's probably going to be fielding column 3. Yes, it is. And is he pull right or switch hitter here? And he is that's going to be a single in the where's the ball hit to? It's a single in the left field. And the runners are going to advance 2 bases. So Bob comes through here, folks. Pulls that ball down the line. And both runners advance 2 bases. And we got first and third here. And it's a 1-run ball game now. And that leaves it up to Jason Castro. That's Ken's in here watching cousin Castro. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Jason David SCHMIDT is in a heap of trouble here again. Base is loaded and 2 outs. And up to the plate comes Mike Scott. Can he help his own cause? He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 21. And that's going to be a ground ball down the, nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Scott out, gets out of the bases loaded situation. But Houston scores 1, makes it a 1-run game. It's 4-3 as we go to the top of the 5th. You got Kent, Bonds, and Mays due up here. Jeff is 2 for 2. He has tripled and homered and drove in 3 out of the 4 runs today. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Scott strikes him out for out number 1. And now Barry Bonds comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He popped up the second and he's walked, been intentionally walked. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lance and left. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. And Willie comes to the plate. And Mays is 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Scott strikes Willie out for the second time today. A 1-2-3, top of the 5th. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. We got top of the order due up here. Cedeno, Thon, and Altuve. Caesar is 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and the left. And that's going to be a base on balls. CC walks on down to first with nobody out and Dickie thawing up. And let's see here. Dietz is a terrible catcher. CC's going to be taking off here, folks. A 32. So that will be a 62 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. CC down there in scoring position now with nobody out. Falling at the plate here. And can Dickey get a base hit? Probably score CC. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that is the 5th walk given up by SCHMIDT. First and second, nobody out for Altuve. The big boys are coming up now. Let's see if Houston can cash in. Altuve has yet to put the ball in play. He has struck out and walked. And he has this time. He squares this up, folks. Ken Castro's right. A lot of scoring in this game. And that ball is high. How far is this ball going to go? Kiss it goodbye. 3-run homer. Jose Altuve puts the Houston Astros up 6-4. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. And that'll get the bullpen up for the Giants, as they just given up the lead here. And Jason SCHMIDT struggling here. Now he's got Bagwell, Berkman, and Tucker due up. Jeff's already hit a homer back in the 2nd inning and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball out to Bonds in right. For out number 1 as Bobby makes the catch. And that brings up Lance Berkman now. He's 1 for 1. He's walked, came around the score in the 2nd, and singled and came around the score. And that ball's hit hard. Where's this one going to end up at? And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that's going. Kiss it goodbye, Lance Berkman with a homer. I think that's going to be it for SCHMIDT. That's 7-3. SCHMIDT can't make it out of this 5th inning, folks. Let's see when he's due up 4th. So let's see who they're going to bring in here. You got Tucker and a righty and a lefty. So let's see. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen. Nope, the Giants do not have a lefty in the bullpen. Let's see who they're going to go with here. Looks like Rod Beck's going to come in here. So Beck's going to come in and pitch since they don't have a lefty. And that is it for Jason. Can't get out of the 5th inning. What just happened here? Did the game lock up on me? Looks like the game just locked up on me. Ain't that great? That's not good. Let's see here. Sure did. Alrighty. Hopefully. Yeah, it sure did lock up, and it's not even letting me get out of it. Alrighty, I guess we'll have to do it this way. Control-Alt-Delete. Hopefully it didn't lose everything here. It's the first time this version's ever done this to me. Alrighty, let's see how much we lost here. Get the game back up here and resume it. See where we're at now. Sorry about that, guys. And we got Berkman up. So what did Berkman just do? Berkman just hit the home run, didn't he? If I remember right. Yeah, Berkman hit the home run. Gets SCHMIDT out of the game. So there's Berkman hitting a home run here. Now we'll take SCHMIDT out of the game with Tucker up. Let's see what happens here. So Rod Beck's coming in the game. There we go. Beck will come in here with 1 out and nobody on, and a 7-4 ball game. Jason SCHMIDT goes 4 1/3 innings here. And Tucker's up. Tucker is 0 for 2. He has reached base twice. He's reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch to Tucker. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the right field. And Bobby's out there, 52. That should still be fielding column 1, and it is. He makes a nice play, robs Tucker of a base hit. And now we got 2 down. And Bob's up. And Bob is 1 for 1 today. He's got a sacrifice fly. And he's got an RBI single. And that's going to be a base on balls. Beck walks him. Now there's a runner on. 2 outs. And up to the plate now is Castro. And Jason's 0 for 1. He is grounded out and walked in the 4th. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. And that'll end the inning. But the Houston Astros score 4. Make it a 7-4 ball game as we go to the top of the 6th. We got McCovey, Bobby, and the Panda due up here. Willie is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center both times. Yeah, it saves almost everything. Just that last play it didn't save. So got lucky there. Exactly. McCovey's 0 for 2. And that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be a fly ball out the center. CC makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Bobby up now. And Bobby is 1 for 2. He grounded out and singled in the 4th and stole 2nd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Bobby out. And that is Mike's 7th strikeout of the game. And old Kung Fu Panda's up now. He's 1 for 2. He struck out and singled in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. And that'll end the inning. The Giants go down in order. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got Scott due up, followed by the top of the order. Mike is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. And that's going to be a 3rd time. Gives Scott the old hat trick. 1, 2, 3. He's out of there on strikeouts. CC's up now. He's 0 for 2. He has flown out twice, walked, stole a base, and came around the score in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Beck strikes him out for out number 2. And Dickey's up now. Thon's 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice, walked, and came around to score in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Thon's out of there. Back strikes out 2 of the 3 batters here in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th, a 7-4 ball game. We got Crawford, Beck, pitch hitter for Beck, and then back to the top of the order. Brandon's walked twice, came around the score in the 3rd. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's a ground ball down the 3rd. Jeff takes it himself for out number 1. I have a pitch hitter here for Rod. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. Most of the lefties are already in the game. Matter of fact, all the lefties are in. So who are they going to go with here? Looks like Jack Clark. Do we want to? Yeah, Jack Clark's going to come off the bench here. See what Jack can do here with 1 out and nobody on. And in 1978, Clark batted .306, 25 homers, and 98 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is high, that ball is far, and that ball is long going. Kiss it goodbye. And Clark hits a solo homer here in the top of the 7th to make this a 2-run ball game. Jack Clark wanting some playing time here. Jack takes us back to the top. Nobody out. And Dick's 0 for 2. He is flown out, struck out, and walked in the 3rd and came around the score. And that's going to be against a righty, a 21. That's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Bob's up with it, fires over to Jeff for out number 2 rather. And Jeff Kent's up now. He's 2 for 3, a triple and a homer, and 3 RBIs on the day. And that's going to be a base on balls. Jeff's having a hell of a game here for the Giants, trying to keep them in it. That brings the tying run to the plate, and Barry Bonds, he is 0 for 2 today. He's popped up, flown out, and been intentionally walked. And that's going to be a pop-up. Gets underneath that one. That's straight up the chute. That's not even a home run in a phone booth. Castro waits for it to come down, makes the catch. And that'll end the top of the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 7-5. Houston. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. You got the righties due up here. 2 righties and then a switchy. And they don't got a lefty in the bullpen anyway. And I think Mr. Mitten's going to come out of the bullpen. Greg Mitten is going to come out. Try to keep this a 2-run ball game. And in 1982, he was 10-4, 30 saves with a 1.83 ERA. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters, Altuve, Bagwell, and Berkman. Heart of the order due up here. Altuve's 1 for 2. He had that 3-run homer back in the 5th. And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Mays goes back, makes the catch at the track for out number 1. Jose put a jolt into that one, just came up short. Here's Jeff Bagwell. He's also homered back in the 2nd. Been hit by a pitch and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Crawford. He fires over to McCovey for out number 2. So Lance Berkman's up now with 2 outs and nobody on, and he's also homered back in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Lance. He's a perfect 2 for 2 today. Can he keep it up? He sure can. He squares this up against Mitten. Where's this one going to land at? That's going to split the defense out there in right field. That's a gapper. And Lance is standing down at second with 2 outs. And Kyle Tucker's up now with a runner in scoring position. He's 0 for 3. He's been on base twice, reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice, and also flown out to right. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jeff. He fires over to first. And the Astros strand one. We go to the top of the 8th. It's a 7-5 ball game. They want to see if Scott can make it through this 8th inning. He's due up 3rd in the bottom of the 8th. He's got the heart of the lineup due up here. He's got the M&M boys for the Giants, McCovey and Mays, followed by Bobby. Willie is 0 for 3. He has flown out, struck out twice against Scott. And that's going to be a ground ball. That might be a swing and a miss. I think that's a ground ball down the second for out number 1. And here comes the other Willie, McCovey. He's 0 for 3. He has flown out the center all 3 times. He's got the old hat trick to center. And he's going to give right field a try. Kyle Tucker comes over, makes the catch in the gap for out number 2. So it's up to Bobby Bonds to keep this 8th inning alive here. Bobby's 1 for 3. He singled and stole a base back in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball. Lance Berkman makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Giants go down in order in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, the bottom part of the order due up here for the Astros. SCHMIDT, Castro, and a pitch hitter for Scott. Bob is a perfect 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. He has a sacrifice fly, an RBI single, and then walk. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's a lazy fly ball out to center. Mays comes in, makes the catch for out number 1. And Castro's up. He's 0 for 2. He has walked, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one out to Barry and left field for out number 2. Now we'll have a pitch hitter here as Scott goes 8 innings. So he's going to come off the bench here against Mitten. And again, all of their lefties are in the lineup here. And I believe old Glenn Davis is going to come out and try to launch one here. Glenn Davis comes out of the dugout. He's going to pitch hit for Scott. And in 1989, Scott batted .269, 34 homers, 89 RBIs. And that's going to be a high fly ball out to Bobby in right field. He's back near the wall and makes the catch for out number 3. So he's going to come out of the bullpen here and try to save this game. Do we want Billy Wagner or do we want Dave Smith? And it looks like it's going to be Dave Smith coming out of the pen. Dave Smith's going to come out here and try to lock this game down with a 2-run lead. It's got a damn good card. You'll like this card, Ken. And where's Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith comes to Houston. What year is this for Smith? In 1987. He was 2 and 3 with a 24 saves and a 1.65 ERA. That's a damn nice card, especially that H. He's a 20. He's a KYZH. And H will save a lot of home runs here, folks. And he's got the The bottom part of the order due up. The Panda, Crawford, and Mitten. And Kung Fu Panda's 1 for 3. He's single back in the fourth. And that's going to be a 3-23. That's going to be a single in the right field. So the tying run's going to come to the plate, folks. This game's not over yet. Crawford's up now with a runner on at first. And do we bring in a pitch runner here for the Panda? I don't think we do yet. I don't think we're going to wait for him to get in the scoring position. We'll leave him at first right now. And Brandon's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and grounded out to first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Smith for out number 1. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Mitten. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. Somebody with a little pop. See if they can tie this game up. And it's going to be Matt Williams. It's going to come out of the dugout with 1 out and a runner down at first. And Matt in 1994 hit 267, 43 homers, 96 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Nice play down there by Bagwell. He's up with it. He throws over to Fawn covering at second. Back to Jeff. That's the old 3-6-3 double play, and that's your ball game, folks. Houston Astros win 7-5. Take a look here at the box score. Oh, exactly. This is the way I like it, especially them stinking Giants losing. You know that. The Giants, 5 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. The Astros, 7 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Kent had a great game for the Giants, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a triple and a homer. How about old Clark coming off the bench with a solo homer? The Giants were 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Did a hell of a job. Only left 4 men on base. Oh, you're welcome, Heyday. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you, bud. And look at Lance Berkman, 3 for 3 today, folks. You had Altuve, Bagwell, and Berkman with homers here. Berkman also had a double, and the Astros batted .500 with runners in scoring position, 3 for 6. Exactly, wasn't rigged. I don't rig it, but I sure do root against them. Yeah, they're going to win a lot of games, Ken. It's a hell of a team. Even the post 61's a hell of a team. Yep. Smith just didn't have it today. He drops to 0-1, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 3 homers. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. And Rod Beck comes in, pitches inning, 2/3, walked 1, struck out 3. And Greg comes in, 2 innings and 1 hit. Mike Scott gets his first win of the year, goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 5, struck out 7, gave up 2 homers. And Smith comes in, gets his first save, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. We'll take a look at the box score, the standings. There ain't a lot to look at in the leaderboard, but I enjoy looking at it. So now you got the Braves are 1-1. The Marlins are 1-2, a half game back. The Astros are now 1-0. The Cubbies 2-1 along with the Reds. The Brewers are 1-1. And out west, you got the Diamondbacks a perfect 3-0. The Padres 1-2. And the Port Rockies are 0-3. And in the National League, Chris Bryant and two others with a 500 batting average leading the league. You got 4 batters with 2 homers, and Tony Gwynn with his 5 RBIs leading the National League. Of course, with the pitchers, a 0 ERA is going to be leading, 1 win is going to be leading, and you got Bruce Sutter with 2 saves leading the National League. And Sammy Sosa right now is leading in MVP voting, and Randy Jones is leading in the Cy Young. Let's see here what the new pitching matchup's going to be in this second game of this 3-game series. And that's not going to be right. We're going to have Marichal against Dallas. So it's not going to be Bergman and Kyle. So Marichal against old Dallas. In game number 2, I want to thank Ken Castro and Hey Dave for stopping by here. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. Hit that bell for reminders and leave a like. Hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.